pronti, che ripeto sono il prospetto ideale, no, per il Tottenham, perché il Tottenham cerca giocatori giovani, giocatori da far crescere, da sviluppare, non giocatori pronti. Questo è il discorso.
E si riesce a crescere con giocatori così e non con giocatori pronti? Perché io ricordo che all'Inter lei chiedeva appunto per colmare il gap, chiedeva giocatori pronti.
Ma sì, ma infatti è qui il nesso, cioè qui c'è la visione, la filosofia del club è questa.
Hi guys, hi, good evening. I've watched and rewatched this very interview, and it's so refreshing to hear Conte speaking in his own language, which has a completely different meaning to what originally it was set out by the British media, how it was translated, which was completely different to how it was meant. Certainly certain passages I didn't agree with how it was translated. But basically, as we all know, where Conte did an interview with Sky Italia about the situation at Spurs at the moment, and I've made a few notes from this morning, which I will go over to what he just directly translated from Conte's mouth in Italian to English. I'll give you a bit of a summary from it. When you take on a job at a club that hasn't had success for a long time, a lack of confidence is inevitable. I could see some situations that could be developed, but then when you are in the situation, you understand it better. So he understands it a lot better today than what he did when he first arrived. What happened in January wasn't straightforward. 4 players left the club, and they were important ones for the club, not necessarily Conte, because otherwise he wouldn't have shipped them out, or certainly wouldn't have given the okay. 2 came in, so in numerical terms, instead of strengthening on paper, the squad was weakened. So on paper, it seems the strong was weakened, because obviously you're 2 players less than what you were before those 4 players went out. So 4 went out, 2 came in, so numerically you're 2 down. So on paper at least, we was weakened. Conte has been backed. Conte had been backed with ready-made signings at Juventus, as you guys know, Chelsea and Inter before his last season. Obviously, it's not the same case. It's a new case at Spurs right now. Bentancur, he goes on to say about Bentancur and Kulusevski, the new signings that came into Spurs, are ideal prospects for Tottenham because the club is after young players who can improve and develop rather than players who are the finished article. That's the story here. So when he went to Inter, he handpicked the players that he wanted. Obviously, Lukaku was a massive part of that Inter winning side, that Scudetto winning side. He had dominated he has started the domination, Juve's domination for 9 seasons. He left Juve and they carried on winning. So it was up to him to break that cycle with Inter Milan, who were ready to win. And by doing so, invested in players to allow him to win the Serie A immediately. So he handpicked the players that he wanted. And he said to them, you get me those players, spend the money that you need to spend, and I will guarantee you success and trophies. Serie A was delivered at the end of that very season. That's the link between those clubs and him in the past, and this very new reality that he finds himself at Spurs. That's the club's vision and philosophy, Spurs. It's inevitable that if you want to improve faster and want to be competitive faster, you need more experienced players because they boost the experience levels amongst the team. For doing that, you need to spend the money. As I've said, because he repeats every time, so I repeat, I understood that was the club's vision here. So he understands that this is what the club's vision is here, to buy players who are in the prospect for the future, get them at low price in prospect for the future. So if you want immediate success at Spurs, by the club's line, it's not going to happen. It's just simply as not happen. Conte is reiterated over and over again this fact. in the last few months after January, and again with yesterday's interview with Sky Italia, that he's managing fans' expectations. He's lowering the fans' expectation because fourth spot is a big ask. You heard him say yesterday as well that in the interview that we are fighting, we are shouldering, elbowing teams like Brighton, Southampton, Wolverhampton. Even the likes of the Man United are ahead of us. Man City. What's keeping Man United in play is the fact that Ragnick looks like he's not the real deal. So if it's through their own faults if Man United do not make top four rather than our strengths. So Conte's trying to manage his expectations. He's also safeguarding himself because to say to the fans, "Whoa, guys, I know you guys are booing the last couple of games at half time, but this is the hand I've been dealt with. This is the vision of the owners and the CEO. What would you like me to do about that?" Maybe when he was brought in under different ideology. Maybe he came just for the money. We don't know. But the fact of the matter is that this is a new reality for Conte. And to allow him to do what he's used to, you need to get the players that he wants, and then he has to respond by bringing trophies to the club, which he has always done in previous clubs. New reality, new mindset, and he's following the line of the club, which is going to be a slower process than what he's used to. Guys, put your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say and write, and I'm going to be reading all the messages. I want you to know, now that we've had a bit of time to digest what Conte has said, how you guys feel, and are you with him? Do you understand where he's coming from? Are you upset that he's made those declarations? Or is he just opened our eyes even more than we needed to show us where the club is at? Put it in the comments below, and as always, come on you Spurs.